Okay, factoring. Let's recap. So we've done simple trinomials, complex trinomials, difference of squares, and GCF. So you have to be able to recognize all four methods. Okay, letter A here. This will be a simple trinomial. It's a simple trinomial. I do two brackets. M times the m is the m squared. Okay, so your rules are what multiplies to negative 24? And then somehow it will have to add up with a 5, a negative 5. Can you think of two things that multiply to 24? Did you think 3 times 8? 3 times 8 is 24. Can you get a 5? Okay, so 3 times 8. One of them is negative because it's negative 24. And then on the negative side, it has to add to a negative 5. Okay, so m equals, and then we do the opposite. So those are our x-intercepts of that graph. Okay, the second one here is a simple trinomial. Okay, so MM. Okay, multiplies to positive 24, and it must make a negative 10. So we have to be careful here. There's almost two sets. 2 times 12 is 24. That would make a 10 somehow. 6 times 4 is 24, and it could make a 10. What do I know? Both have to have the same sign. If it's going to be positive 24, they both have to be positive, or they both have to be negative. So which one do I pick? I got to do that. I can't pick this one now. So multiplies to positive 24. I can see that. Adds to negative 10. Okay, so m equals 4, 6. Okay, another simple trinomial. M multiplies to 9 and has to add to 10. So you got 1 times 9 or 3 times 3. So I'm thinking the 1 times 9. Both have to have the same and have to make a plus 10. Okay, D. Simple trinomial. M and M. Can you multiply to 30? And then it has to add to 11. You got something that'll work. Multiplying to 30. 5 times 6. That will work. Negative will make the negative 11. Okay, E is a different style. So what style would you see first? I'm actually going to do two things here, but what would I do first? Does anybody know that style? think I can GCF. I think I can divide something out. You see something that you can divide out? M. I can take an M out of everything, leaving me with M squared minus 4M minus 12. Okay, now I can go further with just that part though. So now I have a simple trinomial. So don't forget the first M. So you're going to have 3 sets going on here, which is actually not a quadratic anymore, right? It's a cubic, but. Okay, it multiplies to 12. 6 times 2. Is that going to work? 6 times 2, and then I can get a 4 out of it. So M equals 0, positive 6, negative 2. Okay, F is another style. We haven't seen it yet. Which style is F? It would be a difference of squares. Okay, so M. So this one is what makes 16. 4 times 4, and then you're going to have a plus minus. Okay, you can also think about that one really as a simple trinomial, and then you just can think of what adds to 0 in the middle. So a plus 4 and a negative 4 actually add to 0. So your two answers are a plus 4 and a minus 4. Okay, G and H are simple. Do you want to try them on your own? See if you can get both of them on your own. They're simples. So multiplies to the end, adds to the middle. Okay, that was good. I can move this off. Everyone's got them? Okay, are you okay? Skip I. That was just another simple trinomial. We've done enough. J. So here I gave you a hint. Since I don't like to factor with negative starts. So my hint is to GCF something out. So I'm actually going to take a -1 out of it because I really don't like to start factoring with negatives. So once I take a negative out, that's positive, that's positive, that's negative. So the negative out will change the signs of everything. Now, does this look easier to factor? Yeah, for sure. Now I just do a simple trinomial because I have an x squared to start. Okay, so I adjusted how it looked because I did not like the negative start. So multiplies to 3, so 3 times 1. So finish that one on your own because it will now be a simple trinomial. Multiplies to 3, adds to 2. Okay, K. Let's try that one on our own. So my hint was you're going to have to factor, and then you're going to have to factor again. So start with a GCF on that one. Can you pull something out first? So try that one on your own. We just did it on the other page. Pull something out. So obviously an x will have to come out. That's the only thing you can divide out. And then you're going to run into a second factoring yet. So see if you can work through it. Okay, L, 2 factorings. So again, can you think about maybe GCFing something first? So GCF, do you see any GCF you can take out of L? This and this are both divisible by a 5. That would leave me with x squared minus 9. So that was one type of factoring. I GCF'd it. Now I got to factor that. So now I have a what style? Difference of squares. Okay, do we know how to do n? N is what style? It'd be a GCF style. I can divide something out. So I could take an m out. Both terms in there are divisible by m. Okay. Oh, do we know what style that one is? Did you think a difference of squares? Would that be something you can see? So 2 brackets. So here we go. What and what would I put there first and first to make 25x squared? So 5x, 5x. What and what would you put at the ends to make 81? 9 and 9. Now, do you remember how to answer these? Because these aren't just -9. What do you do with these type? You do opposite divide, right? When you see something like this. So -9 over 5, +9 over 5. Okay, the rest are complex. Okay, so do you see why they're complex trinomials? Because they have a something x squared, and then they have the 3 parts. Okay, so FLA is +25. How do I make a 25? I could do 1 times 25 or 5 times 5, and that's it. Okay, so I think this set, because I need a -10. So -5, -5, we'll do the 25, multiply, and add to -10. Okay, so what are my options for F? What are my options for L? So I could do 1x, 25x, or 5x, 5x. Those are my options for getting the F. And how do I multiply to the L? I don't have much here. 1 times 1. So what are your groupings to make a 5x and a 5x? Okay, so brackets, I'm going to write the 5x, 5x. And now I'm going to give myself some swoosh marks here to make my partners. Okay, so 5x I put with a 1, and the 5x I put with a 1. So you don't have to think too much about where they're going because it's all the same. And then they both have to be negative. So there's actually only one answer to this, by the way, because that's both the same. So x equals opposite divide. Okay, Q. So my FLA number is -36. 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, or 6 times 6. It's got a bunch. Okay, I'm going to look for any of those sets that can give me a 5. Do any of those sets help me add to 5? 4 times 9. So I need one of them negative because it's -36. So a -5. Okay, so I'm going to list ways I can get my F, ways I can get my L. So I could do 1x, 12x. I could do 2x, 6x, 3x, 4x. And then the options for getting the L are 1 times 3. Alright, puzzle time. This is the best part. Puzzle it together. How is it going to fit together to make a 4 and a 9? What groupings do you see? 4 and a 9. Okay, so I'm going to throw the 3x, 4x into my brackets already. And then I'm going to draw my arrows on the FOIL system, outsides, insides. My partners were 3 with 3. That's going to be my negative 9x. 4 with 1 plus 4x. Okay, why don't you try one of them on your own? See what you can do.
That was a long picture. All right. Yeah. Speak my glory.